You can.
Just like, what she was up. Hello, my name is Abigail Runga. I will be on the rotating chair with you today.
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, my name.
Do you guys call you Abi?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Is that the short? Is that the name?
It is.
Yeah.
It's Abby. But yeah.
Kenyans are lazy.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Kenyans are lazy.
But we're also the best people in the world, so it's fine.
You can have a name, right? It literally has 2 syllables.
Oh, yes.
And somebody will be like, yo, we got to shorten it.
Yeah, or make it longer. Which
yeah.
defeats the purpose of the nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm excited because we have to unpack a lot of things.
Yes.
I like your outfit, by the way.
Thank you.
Have you seen what's happening in Jamaica?
I have, and that's why I'm wearing my Jamaica things
Yeah.
for solidarity and all the things.
Bro, man.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's climate change.
It's many things. I mean, Jamaica, it tends to be like a storm prone, etc, etc. I mean, they literally have clauses, or like when you go to Jamaica and you're staying in a hotel or whatever, they have a clause for, hey, if a hurricane happens, that's why sometimes it's better to stay like in a chain hotel so that they can move you to another like that. But
I thought that's not what I was thinking. I was like, oh, now it makes sense why they smoke so much weed.
You're so silly.
It's like, yo, it could happen today, my brother.
Yeah.
You seen the typhoon? No typhoon? Bro, like...
Not the accent. Not the accent.
Guys are always ready. Bro,
I love it.
But you know what I learned through the story of the whatever's happening? Mm-hmm. That Jamaica is actually not, it's still colonized.
So there's a lot of
Is Jamaica free?
So there's a lot of things.
Did Marcus Garvey free Jamaica?
For nothing. It depends on how you look at it. They're colonized in the same way we're still kind of colonized. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for example, in Jamaica, you can't go to a beach, a public beach, past 6 p.m. because it doesn't belong to you, even if it's in your country. So you cannot go to the beach past 6 p.m. And that happens in Kenya too. There's like the beach is supposed to be public access. It doesn't belong to a hotel or a person. Mm-hmm. So technically, by law, even in Jamaica, all hotels are supposed to construct in such a way that you can go through the hotel without bothering the hotel to the beach, right? But they don't do that, and they don't do that on purpose. There's many countries that are like that. Hawaii is like that. Yeah. Jamaica is like that.
And Kenya is about to be even deeper like that because we're selling our beaches. We're privatizing them.
They claimed they're not doing that. But
really? So that was a rumor.
But okay, our beach is not already privatized. Like when you go to Diani, there's sections of the beach that you cannot access because it belongs to White Sands or some shit.
Not in a bad way, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm not going to the public. I'm not going to the public beach.
And that's okay, but there's also sections of the beach that you're supposed to be able to access whether you're on the private or the public beach, because you can't own a fucking beach. It belongs.
What are you talking about? I know people who I've been to spaces.
That's like owning air or water. What do you mean you own this part of the ocean? Are you mad? That's not a thing.
No, you see this land.
Yes, you own the land in front of the beach. You don't own the beach. It's supposed to be accessible to every Kenyan.
Do hotels
legally
know that?
There's a lot of things that are illegal in Kenya that are still happening.
Because I've been to a hotel, and I'm not going to say which hotel it is.
No, say it. What are you scared of?
Because I want to show you the video of me sweeping the beach because we have to make the beach clean. I just woke up because, I wake up very early.
Weird.
So I'm there at the beach, man. I'm up 6. I'm like, no, let me go to the beach. I find this guy sweeping the beach because it's this fancy hotels. And the beach has to be swept every morning. Like he removes all those,
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like seaweed.
Yeah, seaweed and everything. Bro, so I said, you know what? I want to work out. Let's see what.
I want to work out.
Yo, guys, it's like a lot of work.
You said you want to work out.
I swat.
You were on holiday.
I swat, and I went for a swim after that. I was navy black, but anyway, yeah. So they don't know that. They don't behave like that, which is not
They
theirs.
know. They don't behave like it because they know they're not going to get called out. No, because technically, if you refuse me from getting onto the beach, I can sue you. Because in the laws of Kenya, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to own a beachfront. That's not a thing. However, because I know Siju in government, or because I know, because Kenyans are also very Sometimes we can be very, I can't stir the pot, I can't rock the boat. We can be like that sometimes a little bit. And so they know no one is going to call them out. So they can do exactly whatever the hell they want.
That's so crazy.
And no one, a lot of the time when you're told you can't go here, a lot of Kenyans will listen. It's because of our indoctrination in primary and high school and our colonial education system that treats us like prisoners. You're not about to ask someone if you can come here, and then when they say no, you push.
Yeah.
Because we don't know our rights.
Well, at least we're breaking that stereotype, especially now when it comes to TZ. Like, Kenyans don't care. Like, once Suluhu said that in 96%, Kenyans were like, Fugo your border!
Yeah. And I love it for my people. And that's why I say sometimes we're like that. We're not always like lie down and take it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think Kenyans are very apathetic, but actually our nation was founded on rebellion. Yeah. Right? Nairobi was a city of bashment and rebellion. That's why we exist.
A lot of young people don't know that Islando Estates is where a lot of our freedom fighters and nation builders would stay.
Builders, that's a nice word.
Yeah. So, like, if you go to, and this is what pisses me off, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. So, if you go to Villa Kazi in Johannesburg, they'll show you this is where Nelson Mandela lived. That's Winnie Mandela's house. You know, and they've been turned into museums. Where in the Islando? Where in the Islando? Those houses are some of the most beautiful houses. Like, you scare. This is where. What's this street that's just here, Jogo Road? I think, okay, let me not act like I know, but I think, well, anyway, those are my estates over there, right? Akina Tomboya used to live there. Megarena, Maring.
Oh, there you go.
Marish, right?
Not much.
So, and they have like some iconic football history, right? Political history, boxing history, right? But these houses, Mazes, they are dilapidated. Nani was talking about demolishing them. And I'm like, well, I think us guys tumepasuka kichwa pale.
I think every country has a broken point at different points. So South Africans are very good at preserving. We're very good at different things, right? For example, Mandamano's online. Like, you can't take on Kenyans online. Don't do it. You hurt yourself. Do you know what I mean? It's just different things. We have different oppressions and we reacted in different ways, right? Because, I mean, if you've been to South Africa, you know that there's still a lot of shit bubbling under, in spite of the fact that they've preserved their houses. Our shit is bubbling under, but it's closer to the surface. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit more apparent, and our problems are very different. But yeah, I've accepted that. I don't know, with all the things I've been retweeting about Suluhu, I don't know if I'm ever going to be allowed into Tanzania again.
Bro.
Because I'm just like, what the actual, like, what are you doing?
Let me tell you, before we cross over to TZ, I want us to just finish something there in South Africa. So we're talking about bubbling under. And shout out to my South African peeps and Africans who are watching this. I know the rest of Africans are just like, thank God that Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenyans were split up, because if we were together, it would be a mess.
Oh my gosh, we would take it would be mad, so good.
Right? But so we got to keep the continent balanced, right? So South Africans this week, so interesting things are happening. The G20 summit is supposed to be happening. South Africa is hosting. South Africa has a lot of beef with America. Presidents has been throwing jabs at each other.
Everyone should have beef with America.
But Trump has decided they're not going to the G20 summit.
Of course.
But that's not the point. It also affects Kenya, because Nani was supposed to come, JD Vance was supposed to come to Kenya to advance his own agenda. I don't want to talk about that right now. But Mrima, have you seen the story from Mrima?
Carry on.
Anyway, but let's go back to SA. So during the G20 summit, I'm sure you've seen profiles turning purple.
I have.
Yeah.
I just don't know why, actually.
Yes. So you've talked about bubbling under. There's some things that have bubbled over, and GBV is one of them. In South Africa, the stats are, in Kenya, it's staggering, but South Africa is super staggering, right? And so they've decided that it's no longer just a conversation. This is a national disaster. And so they're making their stance known, especially because G20 is coming to South Africa. And so all profiles are turning. If you've seen your profile turning purple, and even here in Kenya,
Kenyans purple hearts.
Yeah, purple, and even just your profile turning completely purple. So that's how you stand in solidarity with them. If you want to be a part of it, because Kenyans have also jumped on that. I think it's such a brilliant thing, and if it works there, I think it can scale to other places. Because I feel like when it comes to GBV, it's like something jarring has to happen, like, her body parts were cut, and news, and everybody's at that moment very, very upset. And then the president throws at us 100 million, go fix that shit, guys.
You know, we didn't actually get that 100 million from the president that he threw at femicide the last time we were marching.
No.
Like, they did public participation and we tried to go and all that stuff. But, like, in as far as the money that was promised, last I checked, maybe it's changed now, it actually didn't go
Really?
where it was supposed to go.
I saw a budget that was broken down and there was like tents and seats and...
Cool story you saw a budget.
T-shirts.
Because we're in Kenya and budgets always turn out to be what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think femicide and people like Kosi Kimia are doing such important work. But it really saddens me that Kenyans are consistently doing work that the government is supposed to be doing. It is not supposed to be a private citizen going out to rescue people. There are like 12 rescue centers in all of Kenya that actually function and are government sanctioned and don't have resources. How can there be 12 rescue centers? 12 in all of Kenya? Like that's not even one per county. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It pains, and that's one of my favorite things about Kenyans. Like we thrive in spite of our fucking government, right? Like Kenyans will always ride for Kenyans. I know it seems like sometimes we don't, but every time something happens, guys are fundraising, and the Gen Zs have taken on that culture as well. Guys are fundraising, guys are going to get you, every time there's a fundraiser, because no one is going to help us but ourselves. And so we've really taken that on. And then we extend it to, we're doing purple. Okay, we're all doing purple. We're fighting Tanzania, as guys are going to try and cross the border to come. We're talking about end SARS. Okay, we're going to do end SARS. We're jumping because we understand that the fight is online and offline now more so than ever because a lot of people, the reason we're online so much is because you feel powerless in your situation. So if you can lend your voice to something online, Kenyans will immediately do it. And I love that about us.
I love it. You know, I was saying in 2017 election, I remember I was having such beef with the diasporans because I was like, yo, some of us, we go to the street, we could come back with a bullet in the head, right? Nobody's going to shoot you in America.
No.
Nobody's going to shoot you in Holland.
They're not going to come find you.
Yes, I used Holland.
Yeah.
Get out there and protest. Show your solidarity.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm so glad to see that in 25, Africans for Africa.
Yeah.
And what that means is like basically you see now we're going into TZ. You saw what happened last week and just basically what's happening right now. It's a disgrace. And I just want to say as Boxpod that... honestly, that was a sham of an election.
It was a sham.
Like, straight up. I've never seen...
96%?
96, and even the previous election, it was 87. So basically, she has... And then you see that before this last two elections, the maximum, like, Magufuli won at 68%, Kikwete at 50-something%. It's like, sis...
There's no
if
way.
they love you so much, why are you killing them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no way.
Right? So, I mean, I'm contending, but even as I'm saying these things, I'm contending with the fact that I might never have step into TZ again.
Which is so unfortunate.
Can you imagine? Because of one babe who's just decided, you know, she's just going to... She makes... Now people are making it look like women are not good leaders.
No. I stand for women's rights and wrongs. I think what a man can do,
I like what you said.
Better.
You got to repeat that again.
I stand for women's rights and wrongs. I stand for you don't have to be a good, perfect woman all the time.
Yes.
Because we've had bad, imperfect men at the head of the world for this whole time, and that's why the world is the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold it against you that you're a woman and you were expected to somehow revolutionize a system that has predated you centuries. Cool story. However, just like on a basic dictator to dictator thing, like I don't know if you've seen the Standard headline that says Trinity of Terror.
I saw that.
And it's, I thought that was brilliant.
But Standard have been on that road.
I love it. They're so good. It makes me proud to be a journalist. I loved that.
Yeah.
But like, just dictator to dictator, whether it was affirmative action for women getting into power or not. Yeah. I'm just like, bruh. Like, in general, bruh, as a unisex term, what are you doing?
Honestly, sis.
What are you doing?
It's crazy.
I don't know. And I don't know how to feel about Suluhu. I don't know what the point is. I don't know what they're trying to do. I'm sure it's about money and power. And it's easy to feel small and once again helpless in this. And I think that's why Kenyans are reacting so violently, because we also understand that this could very easily leak onto us. Our elections are coming. You know, Uganda is already Uganda, right? And Tanzania is now Tanzania. We're the third in the trifecta of power. Like, I think we also understand, like, this could be you. Like, yeah.
I have a conspiracy.
Okay.
Right? It's my conspiracy.
Okay.
Right? I think that these three presidents were Mishkana Mkono.
I think so.
I think they signed a pact and they're like, listen, and I've been speaking about this here. So this is what my conspiracy. If you look at this Gen Z we're going to call it Gen Z movement, right? Around the world, right? Where is it coming from? Young people they're feeling restless. And now you're exchanging information on a faster rate than possible. So now I'm able to make sense of things that before used to be like secrets
and deliberately hidden from
now
you.
even the secrets are being unfolded
I love it.
right?
Yeah.
So now there's disinformation, misinformation, and information rolling in one nice ball. And now what would be like the facade of power, that stuff has been removed, right?
Absolutely.
And then you also look at democracy, for example, the way it was served, and then the way Trump has come and said, now we don't do that.
Yeah.
This is not how we're doing this democracy anymore. We're going to do it differently.
It's a Trumpocracy.
It's removed that veil of pretense of, we're a this is how
America
we do things.
is the greatest country in the world.
So what I'm seeing is citizens on one side and I was about to call them oligarchs, but technically the rich people are the ones who become politicians in Africa.
True.
So these guys on one side and then the continent on one side.
Yeah.
Now what makes Africa so interesting is that we have a very young population.
70%.
So when we say Gen Z, we're saying a good chunk of the population.
Because what, 70% of Kenya is below 35?
Imagine.
Yeah.
Now, if you put that, let's imagine we're dictators, right? And we're sitting like this and we're saying, all right, we've seen the Gen Z movement, it came from nowhere, right? If you can't be able to read the times, right? You think it came from nowhere. You have a lot of people who are unemployed, disenfranchised, even just simple things, they're getting married.
Yeah.
There are governments that are having to take responsibility and even pay for people and even give them money to start families.
Yeah.
That's how dire it is. But we're sitting here like, Kenyans are usually, now you can push them to the wall, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The switch need. We're all unemployed. We're all exchanging ideas, not with just Kenyans. I'm speaking to youth in Malaysia. I'm speaking to youth, and they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That these people are tiring.
Yeah.
These systems of, this is what TV look like, we're tired. This is what radio look like, we're tired. This is what newspaper look like, we're tired. This is what leadership looks like, we're tired.
Yeah.
We can see this in real time.
Yeah.
And so, how does politics work? There's the politician, there's the civilian, and then there's the middleman. There's the brokers, right? Whose sole job is to look at a scenario and say, you're going to have a problem with this people, right? That's definitely happening.
Yeah.
So understanding that everybody knew it was going to spill into TZ.
Yeah.
If you are part of that caucus that understands, this is coming to you, prepare, right?
You knew. And she knew.
That's why she was talking already tough.
Yeah,
right?
And she's already been, she's been doing the things.
Museveni knows it's coming to him. Why?
Yeah.
Because he's already telling them, don't try that shit here.
Yeah.
Don't try that shit here. And then...
Do you think Ugandans will try that shit?
100%.
Okay.
Because the constituency is not bound by borders. These constituents we're talking about...
Say that again.
...are not bound by borders. This is Africans for Africa.
These
are youth who are just like... In fact, when I saw TZ, Kenyans going to the border of TZ, I knew it already. We knew it was going to happen. Why? Because you're carrying, it's like an Olympic flag, an Olympic torch.
Yeah, and you're passing it on.
Young people, I was having a conversation with someone at Google and I was telling them, a young person in Kenya right now has more in common, like this kid who has TikTok, they're in Umoja, they have more in common with whatever the algorithm is feeding them, with another kid who's on the same algorithm in another part of the world.
In Bangladesh, getting ready
compared
for
to the neighbor who's not on that algorithm.
Yeah.
Are you understanding me?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that if these two constituents are more connected than these two who are next door neighbors.
Is not bound by borders.
Exactly.
I love that.
So if you understand that, then you understand, like, for example, a guy like Tony Blair who has his institute, right? This is the work he does. Basically, just advises governments on things like this. These are the kind of influencers you need. This is the kind of conversation you should have. Avoid such lingo. So there's a preparation clearly that's happening that's not just these leaders, that's also international interests.
How can we prepare ourselves as the people who are not the brokers nor the politicians?
The civilians.
Yeah.
That's already happening. Africans for Africa. And what we saw what we saw in TZ, because it wasn't only Kenyans who were trying to get into TZ. The story goes even Malawians.
Oh, for real?
Malawians were trying to get in there. Shout out to our Malawian brothers and sisters.
And that's Malawians are so peaceful. Like,
peace is a fun. Let me tell you, Kenyans used to be peaceful, right? The word peace used to be peaceful. Let me tell you, peaceful is also a term that you use to make you afraid, right? So if I keep telling you, get it. So TZians have always been told, let's protect this fragile peace that we have, right? But what's more important? Toxic peace, right? Or
what?
What?
More justice. Yeah, I absolutely. So you're
so
told,
Kenyans, we were like that.
War,
our if you'd have spoken to boomers, they would have told you, Mo is good. At least he keeps the country together.
Yeah, it was like they're usually like, Kenya has never been in a war. We've never been in a war.
Hatujafanya civil.
No.
Unajua Moi alikuwa tu anashikilia kitu, lakini hii corruption. Lakini hii pali wa nini?
It's just like long-term robbery as opposed to short-term robbery.
Exactly.
That's what peace is. Yeah. I didn't know Malawians were trying to get in. That's fantastic.
Bro, they were trying to get in there. So that for me tells me, Africans for Africans is a reality, right? These are people who, there was no campaigning that was done. There's no artist, somebody told them, yo, you guys, let's facilitate. No. That's a constituency that you have to start thinking about how to curtail, because it can. Look what has happened in West. East is sitting here saying, that's why African Union, first, how many mouths does African Union have?
African Union needs to...
How many mouths do they have?
Disband. In Nanibo, it has always, I don't know, like, it feels like even they know they're not doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what is this?
They need to shut the fuck up.
Because
that guy went and said congratulations, and then the AU came later and said, by the way, this election, so I'm like, that guy at the top, was he doing it as his personal, like he said, Mimi as me,
I'm congratulating,
right?
I wonder
it's
though.
Ridiculous.
I wonder at why we still insist on these organizations that do nothing for us. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you saw, there was a guy who was talking at AU and he was from Somalia, and he was talking about how we cannot accept the UAE in Africa. You saw that. And I was like, the fact that this still has to be said, the fact that we have to be like, hi guys, let's not recolonize ourselves. Like, why do we refuse to listen to that?
I'm just going to, this one for UAE, I'll tell guys, just go and read the relationship of UAE and AU. At the moment, there's a deal that's they're trying to get into, just the same way like China will, just the same way we're talking about JD Vance coming to Kenya, coming to Africa. There's deals that will be negotiated. Okay, we'll get into oil, we'll get into this. So UAE is also negotiating, but they're negotiating with the AU, and they're talking about construction of, infrastructure and all sorts of things.
But UAE is behind so much stuff.
That's what's crazy. And that's why we always ask this question, and that's why I said about the constituents that cannot be governed by these systems or these things that were created that are no longer serving us, and are only serving, like, okay, we'll protect you. Because I can understand the AU wanting to stand by democratic elections, because they'll never accept what's happening, like, say, with the coups, like Burkina Faso and because... Think about it. If you accept, then if you say congratulations, you are the next guy.
Yeah.
Right? So it's almost like a caucus where they're just like, I'll protect you. I got your back. You got my back. I got my back. You got my back. Right?
And that's the thing. Like, no one has the citizens' back. Like, it always feels like all of Africa is being run by 40 guys. Do you know what I mean? Who don't care about handing you over to countries that will literally kill you for gold, for oil, for everything that's happening in Sudan, everything that's been happening in the Congo. All of that is interconnected because someone wants what your country has and they cannot produce it. UAE does not have a single gold mine.
Bro.
A single one.
But they're
the biggest exporters of gold. Where's the gold mine?
Yeah.
Bro.
So that's why you got to read about this and understand for yourself the relationship. Understand the UAE is busy purchasing land in Kenya in chunks. And we're not talking about arid. They're not coming for Nini. They're coming for the farm fertile land, and that's it's happening, and it's not just in Kenya.
So I think this trifecta in your conspiracy that you were talking about is just a trifecta to sell off the land. I think that's like primarily to like enrich themselves and their fellow dictators And that's it. Like, honestly, I think it's entirely about money.
Yeah.
They obviously don't care about the country people because then they wouldn't be killing them, right? And they don't have to live here. They don't have to work here. None of the people, they don't.
Bro.
Why would they protect us? For what purpose?
You know, like even, I know that this will be a conspiracy, but I just want to ask, for example, right? Like, you know, and that's why I talk about these constituents who, even if whatever happens, they're always going to think like this. That you can't contain them, and it's very. That's why the battle has to be TikTok, right? The battlefront has to be TikTok, because of spaces like social media. Did you hear what Netanyahu said about TikTok?
No.
He said the most important purchase of this year is TikTok. Because just think about it, borders are useless, right? They right now they're just a way of stopping you from getting to the next country, right? But if me and the person on the other side and the person on the other side are all speaking the same language,
It doesn't
we're
make a
even creating our own Sujui Lakarina, Lakosuna, 6-7, right? We're creating new language. Do you know what I'm saying? So it means that if for there to be to counter whatever's happening, the force has to be online.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I love. Are you on TikTok?
of course. It's crazy.
I'm on fake TikTok.
Yeah?
I don't use my name. I'm those ones for doing dances in the
Ah.
corner. You know, I like you can be on Twitter but not on Twitter. That's how I am on TikTok.
You-
I'm on Twitter.
You're trying to keep a private life.
It's not even trying to keep a private life. It's trying to like acclimatize. Like the things are moving so fast. Just give me a second to get the lingo, bro. Like give me a sec.
Do you know what 6-7 is?
Of course I don't.
I'll tell you. Do you want to know?
Yes, I want to know.
Okay, I'll use it in action.
Okay.
And then hopefully you'll get what I'm saying.
Guided.
All right, so I want to show you something because let's, actually, before we move from Suluhu, can I just also mention, because I don't want Suluhu's business to be you see, women leaders. No, it's not about that. Because I want to counter her woman leader story with Namibia's president.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't gotten her name yet. But isn't that woman amazing?
Isn't she the one who, for the first time, they have a vice president and a head of mining who's a woman?
Yeah.
And then also she fired the head of the mining so that she could do it herself.
Yeah.
Because there was so much corruption.
Yeah.
Once again, I stand for women's rights and wrongs.
Chill. Let me tell you the best part, right? So Namibia is seated over here, right? So they have debt, right? Like all this debt, right? Let's imagine it was a Kenyan who had become the president of Namibia. The first thing they'll be like, wow, eat debt yote. Where do we do? We borrow. More, right? At 700, we gotta make it trillions, right? That's what a Kenyan would do. Because that's what we know how to do.
Yeah.
We know how to borrow. Fuliza that thing.
Yeah.
But you know what she did?
What?
The first thing she got there, she's like, Sir, bring the kibet. She paid $750 million of debt, Namibian debt.
Yeah.
Then the next thing she's like, what's happening? Bring the kibeti.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to school free.
Yes.
While here,
we're over here trying to stifle.
Professors are doing
primary
haki.
education.
Haki. Can you imagine?
And all of that shit is on purpose.
Bro, and I was just like, she's not even finished 30 days.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, when you look at Suluhu's issues, look at them as
as draconian authoritarian
it's not
policies as opposed to it is a woman and women are worse leaders or better leaders. It has nothing to do with that.
It
has everything to do with the trifecta of terror.
Actually, before now we move to the other story because it's about women, let's go to Mexico.
Okay.
There's another fierce mother over there. I don't know how to speak.
I can tell that you don't speak Spanish. Yes. See,
I know how to speak. I know how to lip sync Spanish.
Why do you know how to lip sync Spanish?
Because I watched Kenyan TV.
Gotcha. See.
Antonio.
That's not Gujarati. Okay, cool.
You can't tell them Mexico. You can't tell I'm lip syncing Spanish.
I can tell you're in a battle scene right now.
No, this is love.
Oh, you're like me.
He's about to leave me.
Alejandro.
Like honestly, you
jobs.
could literally anyway. So Mexico, bro. Like what the fuck is wrong with men? Like I need no. I need to understand what the fuck is wrong with men.
I think what the fuck is wrong with men is what the fuck is wrong with the whole world, which is patriarchy, right? Because in essence, men are not the problem. It's that we're all buying. I know.
What are you talking?
Even me, I'm shocked that I've said it. But we're all buying into this weird system, right? That tells us that certain people are owed certain things and need to work in certain ways. And therefore, the patriarchy convinces us to perpetuate it. And therefore, we're all... Because women also do this. Of course, as we've just seen, we've just talked about dictators. It doesn't matter what gender you are.
No, I'm talking about this babe being groped.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought you were talking about. Never mind.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that tangent.
I saw the baby groped.
Like
yes,
she is the goddamn president. Like you have 2 minutes to the. Like just imagine that now I'm meeting Obizi.
Yeah.
Right. I had to.
That's a bad example.
I had to think of a cute
because
one
it's Obama.
I can't. I had to think of a cute.
What's up, Caratrono? Stand up. That's Uncle Baby.
I had to think of a cute one. So now imagine that you have met Obama, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so many things we can do. Do I do the simple thing, which is let's take a selfie?
Yeah.
Right?
Or do I grab his ass?
Or do I grab his ass?
I'm still back to my original
But
point.
I don't think
the problem is still patriarchy.
his ass I'd grab though.
Oh. She said on the spectrum of offenses, it's not the ass.
I was saying shoulder. I'd grab his shoulder, right?
But see, there's a spectrum. But this is also my thing, right? That's still patriarchy because patriarchy teaches you that you're entitled to someone's body.
Did you see that guy?
Because no, I didn't see him.
He came behind her.
No.
Right? She was, you know the way like you go into the masses. Like, you know the way Hunye Kwanza, he's even like smiling. Oh, Hunye's facial His facial expressions are the funniest. Like the funniest. Anyway, so she's in a crowd, she's meeting people, meet and greet, and then this guy just comes up from behind her. Okay, also, by the way, if the bodyguards have not been fired, like honestly, that's what I was saying. But you see, this is what happens when you're in masses, right? You don't expect like a guy is going to come and literally go to all the way to her titties, right? And sniff her hair.
That's disgusting.
Exactly.
But you know, it's funny that you say that you don't expect, because there's literally programs in Kenya that train women politicians about what to expect on the field. They're like, okay, we're bikers, like stuff like that.
I think we're bikers.
Yeah, because
the guy who's going to try. Oh my God!
Like they literally train you like women in
the fuck
because patriarchy teaches you. Yeah, I did. Like, don't wear just a skirt. Like wear like layer.
But also you can't wear trousers because
you have to look like
a mother.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
So you have to like layer. Like there's literal organizations in Kenya that train women who want to be parliamentarians on what to expect, what to prepare for, stuff like that. But that's disgusting and that's gross as fuck, and that's entitlement to a woman's body, which is rooted.
The woman, not a woman. This woman can literally, you can hang.
Yeah.
I can call this to reason with no reason. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's like Suluhu.
Yeah.
So, do you know what treason? Do you know what consists of treason?
For Suluhu.
For Suluhu.
What?
Run the tape.
Raisi Samuya
ni watu wa hofu kwamba hakutakuwa na nywinywi wala nywinywi wala nywinywi.
So now she's been charged for treason. I think
for
about
dancing.
200 plus 300 people have been in need for treason.
For dancing.
Yes. So this is her going out of the bus into prison. Right? All right. So that's a video.
That's wild.
So you've seen it, bro.
Treason.
Nakwambia, if you try to reason, it's Luhu. If you try to reason and understand what these, like, you just see, say it with me, the dick. Dictator.
Yeah.
The dictator in her has come out.
My confusion is though, or rather my hope in this story is that like these people literally think that TikTok is so powerful that they have to arrest people for life. Everybody needs to get on TikTok. What the fuck are we doing?
And that's what I was trying to explain to people, that you must understand your power.
Yeah.
That governments are now so scared. Because Cameroon did the same thing.
Yeah.
Beer. Hey. I don't know whether Cameroonians are drinking their own beer.
Beer who was campaigning with a puppet. Did you see?
Do you know he can't stand?
I know he can't stand. He's 90 what?
Bro, do you know what happens? Like, so he arrives. First, did you see him in the limo?
No, I didn't see him in the limo.
Now he's been sworn in. So he has to. You're just seeing his head.
What do you mean?
Out of the car.
What do you mean?
Because you know he's seated, man.
What do you mean?
Bro, I need to see the inside the car. This limo. Anyway, I can't even believe the Africans still providing limos for their presidents.
Yeah.
Because Suluhu also has, like, I saw Anna stretch
It's all disgusting.
Land Rover Range, whatever.
A car. A long
car.
car.
It was a long car. Guys you should be disappointed with yourselves.
Dude!
Honestly. But anyway, shout out to TZians, especially the ones who can watch this. I'm guessing it's VPN.
We stand with you.
Yeah, we stand with you 100%. And we stand with Africa. But now I want to, this next story, I want to ask you, are you in love with your boobs, by the way?
I love my boobs.
Okay.
They're one of my favorite bits.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love everything about me.
Yeah, but you asked boobs specifically. You didn't say do you love your body.
No, but say I have to tell you, like, hierarchically.
Okay.
Right? I love everything, but then I also love
my favorite part is my mind.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
I
knew you were going to say. To be honest, mine too.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, my biggest fear is losing my mind.
Do you, like, sometimes research people who have, like, dementia and stuff like that? And
Yeah,
like,
100.
Fuck.
100.
I've told my one of my siblings that they need to pull the plug on me immediately. Like, don't let me. I'm not going to fight against the dying of the light.
Yeah, me
just,
too.
No, it's
Me
fine.
too.
It's okay. That freaks me out.
Anyway, that's a whole other story.
Sorry.
When you come back, we'll
Carry
discuss
on.
this one for dying. Because we have a lot of things we need to talk about.
Yes.
So a babe did a double mastectomy. Yeah, she had to. I'm guessing she had to. I don't think you just be like, yo, I'm tired of these things. Get rid of them. Okay, but people do that.
Some people do.
Some people do. And we'll talk about those people.
Okay.
We'll talk about those people.
Okay.
Right now, I want us to focus on this babe, right? And so this babe, she got a double mastectomy. And have you ever thought about being topless?
Of course.
Not in your house.
No, of course.
Outdoors.
I go to nude beaches for that specific reason.
Really?
Yes.
I think about it, but I don't know whether I have the everything for
The
like.
chutzpah.
No, it's not at it. I don't know whether I have it in me to just trauma like because I sunbathe. I think every part of my body has sunbathed, but it has to be
Are you
like
those
in a
people who
private.
sunbathe with their asshole? You know those guys?
100. 100. Every
you stand
single
doing down a dog in the
every
sun.
single outdoor bits of me have seen the sun. You know what I'm saying? The sun don't shine. I'm like, are you talking about my liver?
Yeah.
Like zangu zimeota jua. Vitamin D.
I love it.
Yeah. So anyway, maybe I shouldn't use vitamin D when you talk about my bleaching my asshole.
We had
with
already
the sun.
moved past. You're the one who brought us back.
And
you see. Yeah.
So this babe did a double mastectomy. And she went to the beach, right? It wasn't a nude beach, but she went topless. And the reaction, human beings, ran the tape.
I don't think I've seen anyone with a double mastectomy, especially someone brave enough to go and swim in the sea. And I've got, gents coming up to me, males, saying, "My wife died of cancer. I think you're incredibly brave. That's so powerful. And, my sister's going through that. You don't understand how powerful it is for me to see what you're doing."
So there she has a double mastectomy. Where she is, people are comfortable with it. Comment section.
Oh.
Hey. No, you have to put on a top.
Hey, the comment section is a cesspool of human.
What is wrong with
experience.
And of course, there were even women who were uncomfortable with it. They were like, just because you don't have the titties doesn't mean that you shouldn't cover up.
Why? Okay. According to social media, the thing that will get you banned or shadow banned or whatever from Instagram and whatever is if you show specifically your nipples, right?
Yeah.
So you can have like nothing on, but as long as there's like a tiny little pasty on your nipples, then it's fine.
Yeah, and I don't think it's only social media. I think it's just social.
Okay, but you
Life,
can in
social
this
life.
case you cannot see I don't have a nipple.
Yeah.
So what is the problem?
So
Where is the vulgarity? Why has the female body been so vulgarized? She's like what?
Okay, I hear you, and I'm glad you've gone that direction.
Don't go bat.
No, I'm not
Okay.
batting. We're still in the boobs.
Okay.
You see, nowadays, when I was telling you this thing about the nipple is now only, it's not only social media, it's also social. Nowadays, I go for meetings, right? Bro, there is nothing left to the imagination. Even the areola, I can see the areola.
You can just see the
I
two
can see,
dark spots on the
I
side.
can see, right? And let me tell you, and let me just be very, very clear. If they're titties, I am not looking away. I'm looking.
Because they're there.
I'm looking.
They're there.
Like there's no way I'm not gonna look. And then we're in a meeting, like literally, I can tell like your nipple is like 2 seconds away from making an appearance.
From
right?
coming into the meeting.
Yeah,
and contributing a point.
They're getting to the point. Like you get how people sexualize boobs. Like it's already done. Like
I do, but
you can
like,
start introducing Gen Alpha after. Like us, we have already titties are.
But I don't have a boob. What am I covering up? This babe, I don't have a boob. What am I covering up?
Yeah.
It's like showing my shoulder. It's the same thing. It's tantamount to showing my shoulder.
I have another
Obama's
question.
shoulder. Okay.
Titties.
Uh-huh.
Breastfeeding.
Uh-huh.
In public.
100%. Do
Look,
the damn thing.
I know, but you have to understand that titties. No, just hear me,
Madam.
Titties have been sexualized.
Cool story.
Listen to me first, okay? It's difficult. Like, just hear me out, right? It's strange. Mm-hmm. It is strange seeing, and then like I've just had the suckling sounds of titty. Exactly. Like, oh my God. If it was before this world that we live in, right? I get it. But like now it's I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Can I?
Yes.
No, thank
go
you.
ahead.
Number one, contextualize tits all you want.
Yeah.
They're still feeding machines.
I know.
That's all they are.
Yeah.
You should be able to eat your food in public. Fuck that shit.
No. Even eating, like, it's like somebody coming with fries into
I don't
the
mean in a jar. That's an enclosed area.
That's what I'm
Breast
saying.
milk doesn't smell like fries when you're hungry at noon on a Tuesday.
It's not about smelling. Senses
It
are
is.
all
Yeah, it's
there.
about
My
smelling.
eyes, I can see.
It's about smelling.
I can
You've
see.
never smelt fries in a jar and you feel like you're going
That's what
through
I'm
a
saying.
famine.
That sense is heightened, right? And then
That's
now
what I'm saying. It's enclosed,
Now,
right?
my eyes,
Yes.
the same way your nose is doing for you to make your stomach go hunger.
You
My
get hungry when you see people breastfeeding.
No, it just does.
Exactly. Do you get hungry? No, yes or no? This is a safe space.
It's not. That's not what
Get
I'm
out of the box,
It's not me.
Paul.
What
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
asking.
There's a lot of people who are not comfortable with it.
Cool
And
story.
I get it.
I don't care if you're
And I get it.
comfortable with breastfeeding.
I get it. It's your right as a breastfeeding
It's not even
mother.
your right. It's a biological intervention. The baby gotta eat. So now if I don't have a shawl to cover my tit, my baby can't eat? Are you mad? Are you into childicide? What's childicide? What's infanticide?
No.
So what are we doing?
But are you hearing what I'm saying?
I hear that people are uncomfortable. I think people need to take their feelings. You know that place where you're saying the sun doesn't shine?
No, but is there room to hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, I'm 100%. By the way, I've had this conversation with guys. I've had it numerous times, right? And I say, the uncomfortable, like, yes, we're going to be there, right? I'm not going to stop you from breastfeeding. I have friends, even my sister was breastfeeding and I had to tell her, yo, this isn't comfortable.
Why?
Right?
Why?
I don't
Let's
know.
examine why you're
And
uncomfortable.
and I
Is it because
I
you're
didn't
seeing
tell
a
her to
boob?
stop. No.
And that's what I need people
I didn't tell
to
her
do.
to stop.
That's what I need people to do.
I left.
You see someone breastfeeding and it makes you uncomfortable. Walk the other way.
That's it. I left.
You're in a meeting and a woman's nipple is about to pop out. Take out your phone. If you can't, listen, and woman in a meeting is a different case. Breastfeeding is a different case because breastfeeding is literally how the child is going to live, right?
Yeah.
I think I need people to understand that not all feelings are facts. Just because you're uncomfortable with something doesn't mean it's actually a strange situation. I need you to go within yourself. Examine. Why seeing a child being fed, the future generation, the next man, the man, no propaganda.
It's not about the child. It's straight the titty.
About the titty.
It's the titty itself.
And
the titty has emerged, and now this thing that yesterday you were looking at a sexual thing, today is a milk bottle. And yes, sometimes some of us are slow to do that conversion in the head. And let me give you another example. Let's move from titties.
Because people also have the fetish for suckling,
south.
right?
Let's take this south. South.
Yes.
Okay.
Are we talking about the reed dance?
Yes.
Okay.
No, not the reed dance. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how am I supposed to look at these titties and go like, these are heritage titties?
But you know, and they are heritage
These
titties.
are heritage titties.
There's a space
These are
for all
sexual.
kinds of titties.
And
they can be sexual. And they can be sexual, and it's fine. But at its essence, that is even a cultural thing.
I know. And
Africans don't even care about titties like that. That's how we were walking all the time. We were taught by Christianity and colonization.
I've never, and that's what I'm saying. And that's why even this, and that's why I say all these things are nuanced, right?
Correct.
There is room for you to understand that there are people. And that's why I say let's go south, right? So I have had this conversation numerous times. Douglas, this is the umpteenth time you're hearing this story. Now, When do you go to I'm sure you have a gynecologist.
Yes.
I don't want to
wonderful.
judge. Yeah? Would you go to a male gynecologist?
Possibly.
Okay.
But in my experiences with I haven't had positive experiences with male gynecology. That's why I wouldn't go, because I've gone to one before.
All right.
It wasn't positive. I don't want to go back.
Why, would you care to explain?
Sure. I just felt like there was, and it was probably not even because he was male. It was just like, you know how sometimes doctors can just have very brusque bedside manner? He wasn't paying attention. He was opening the door for the nurse to come so everyone could see my hoo-ha. Sorry, vagina, use the correct word. You know what I mean? The windows were open, like... It was in Avenue Hospital when Avenue used to be an Aquaman Lifestyle. So it was like an office building type, and the blinds were open. I was just like, bro.
So I need some privacy.
Like, what are you doing? So I think it was just his manner is not like paying attention.
What he was doing, he was like, if you're looking at this from outside there as a sexual organ, she's just getting... but children, this is a door where children come from. Do you want infanticide to happen?
That's what I'm saying. But I want to consent to having my vagina around. If you are just...
I want to consent to my eye seeing your titties.
That's different, because the child is not gonna die. Yeah. I can hear what you're saying, but I think we need to reckon. Sorry.
Now you've gone to the gynecologist, so I'm just gonna say categorically, I'm never going to a male gynecologist.
Why?
Ever.
Why?
Right? And this is because, and not anything has happened. I'm just using the same logic I'm using with the titties, right? Because it's my experience. Okay. So I've said I find it very uncomfortable. I'm sitting here and I'm like, it makes me feel some type of way. It's the same sound as chewing.
Yeah.
It's not just breastfeeding. Chewing as well it's too intimate. I don't want to hear you chewing.
I hate hearing
and
people
I also
chewing.
You get what I'm saying? It's too it feels like I'm naked.
It's not intimate to me. It's just gross. Why do you chew loudly?
It's too much. I don't want to hear. I don't. You get what I'm saying? So when I see people online at Mukbang, I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I hate that.
All right.
I hate that.
But people, that's a preference. So like now, I'm not going to a male gynecologist because, riddle me this, right? Is it possible for a man to look at this vagina and then say, this is a professional vagina?
Yes.
No, this one is a vagina for... Like, before you walked into that office, he was probably on his phone just, nani, OnlyFans. And then I walked in and now he says, now it's professional time.
It is
vagina
possible.
is just a job.
But again...
sorry.
But again, like...
No,
I
don't want to be a statistic.
You're taking away the agency from...
No. If there is an opportunity for there to be... Did you ever hear of mid-husbands?
Yes.
Were there?
Yes.
There were no mid-husbands.
Men who were trained in the community to aid in birth.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Even the man was... Which community are you talking about?
I'm not saying there are many.
Which community?
I'm not saying there are many. I'm not saying there are many. I'm not saying there are many.
You guys.
It's the same with these male nurses. There's male nurses, right?
Because capitalism. Because men have to work. Because families have to be fed. Economy.
Okay.
Crash of...
On the breastfeeding topic, which is specifically a life-giving initiative.
The same example.
It's not the same thing because the baby will die.
The vagina is where the baby's life started from.
In the vagina. Okay, but I mean,
depending on it, they could have been
for breastfeeding specifically. I need, and I'll hold your hand. Okay, like. I need people to get over that.
I'm okay. Like, I'm not going to stop from breastfeeding.
Just like walk away, bruh.
I do
the
that.
The whole mastectomy thing,
I do
that was weird because she ain't got no nipples. She ain't got no titties. What are you being offended about?
I know. But you have to like realize.
Office meetings, I'm just like, wow, there needs to be situational awareness. I'm not going to stop you because that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Like if we're in an office thing and then like I can see the movement of your nipple from meeting point to meeting point, and when I say point, I use that word deliberately. That'll make me a little bit uncomfortable. Will I tell you to stop? It's your body.
How much cleavage is a bit too much cleavage?
I don't know, and I don't determine that for
women. So even if someone just does those...
I don't know, and I don't determine that for women.
Even if it's a formal
I don't know,
space.
and I don't determine that for women, because let me tell you something about formal spaces. our formal spaces are colonized. I've said the word colonized so many times in this conversation, but our formal spaces are colonized. If you want to, let me tell you something. If it was safe for women to walk naked at night, I would.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely would.
But it's not.
But it's not.
And it's not because that you'll be jumped on. It's because of all the other things. Let me tell you something. I watched, maybe over this weekend, I watched a series called Hunting Wives.
I started that.
I almost went out to just do ushirati.
What do you mean? So should I continue? I saw the first scene. I was just like,
it was hot.
Yeah, Hunting Wives.
No, it's hot.
I started it and I was like,
so crazy. Jesus.
I don't like those things.
Let's move on.
Wait.
Yeah. Breast.
Colonization of
breast.
Working spaces and the breast. Yeah. But working spaces, the problem is the rules change with each working space. So if you work at Equity, your suit has to be blue and grey, and that's formal.
Yeah.
If you work at NC, like depending on where you work, the rules change. And for me, what that means is that there is no specific rule. And therefore, if in one office, like, you remember how Chase Bank babes used to be so hot? Chase Bank, there was a culture of aestheticity. Yes, the babes were like encouraged, or what I heard, it could be hearsay, it could be wrong, but they were encouraged to like look a little bit more, because
where did Chase Bank go?
They
chased it.
Stop. Not a dad joke. Oh my gosh. Yes, they chased it. They sank it. Yes, etc.
Yeah.
So there are certain jobs where the lines of formality, TV, we didn't used to, when I used to have dreads, you didn't used to be allowed to have dreads on TV, which is so stupid.
They allow now?
They allow now, if they're tidy and neat and whatever. But like, you can't tell me these rules changing so much means that this much cleavage is too much, this much, because it changes everywhere.
Yeah.
So do what you want. Are you comfortable with it? If your nipple pops out, can you deal with that situation? More power to you, my babe. I don't care. I don't care.
So however I dress, everybody should just jipanga.
Ideally.
I like it.
Ideally.
All right. Hey, I want us to run to our next story.
Breastfeeding.
Me, I have to be honest. Like, that's my experience. And I'm not telling anybody not to whip out their boob and
whip it out.
Whip it out. Don't worry. I'll put on my AirPods. I'll put on my AirPods.
Do something.
It's not the titty.
Occupy your time.
It's the
Occupy your time.
And
I have to believe that male gynecologists can differentiate between professional pussy and personal pussy.
I'm sure.
I have to believe that, because if not, the world is crumbling, and the world would have crumbled further to this state.
Sure.
And it has crumbled many times because there's many gynecologists who are abusive. It's true, it happens all the time. Yes. However, there's a difference. There has to be. That's like saying, because we are conditioned to perpetuate the human race, every time you see a man, you're like, must have baby! But somehow you're able to differentiate between the ones you must have the baby with and the ones you won't have the baby with. There has to be a difference.
Okay.
The human mind can tell the difference, I promise.
Let me tell you, all I'll say is, considering I know that everybody has a privacy and a kink, right? And most kinks for men revolve around vagina. I'm not gonna, but mine is cute. I don't want to tempt you. So let me take you to a babe. Right?
But yours is cute subjectively.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
You've taken a survey?
I've looked at it.
Is there
I have looked at it. I have seen it. It's cute.
You've looked at it.
Yes.
So that's subjective to you.
From
but you have not taken a sample sizing of the majority of the population, I hope.
Now, you see,
like I said, is there a Google form?
I don't even want to go deep in this story because they want for male gynecologists, and if you're a male gynecologist and you can separate these issues and you want to talk about this, please reach out to us, because this is something I've stood on 10 toes on, and I think the future there's going to be less male gynecologists.
Do you know, like, many popular gynecologists in Nairobi at least are male? Like,
do you know how many complaints there are in the society? Let's move to the next story.
Okay.
Right. Actually, on that note, it's simply because it's not that they're predatory. It's simply because a lot of women don't know what to expect when you go to the gynecologist. Nobody teaches you. Yeah. So it's just you and the mercy of this guy who you have categorically said is a good guy who is just trying to do science and heal this vagina. Right? But the reality is, a lot of the stories, I mean, the guys were even opening clinic just so that they can act like a gynecologist,
Yeah.
right?
And
set it up and inject people and
but
do all
that's
sorts
part
of
of the
things.
predatorial nature of patriarchy, which goes back to what we were talking about, the president of Mexico. Patriarchy tells you that you are entitled to someone's body.
Yeah.
And you will do all the things necessary, even lie, cheat, steal, rob, kill,
Access.
to get access.
Yeah.
You've seen how there are people faking being ICE agents in America so that they can capture and like assault women.
Eh.
Like that isn't even like a.
What's wrong with it?
There's a
It's guys, yeah?
predatorial. But women can be predatorial too.
I know, but like,
it's just that like for women specifically as a species, the people who are most likely to kill, harm, and hurt us are men. Statistically, it's just an overwhelming. It's like 96% of the people who are most likely to.
I said Sulu and you said 96%. It's time to move on. All right. So this next story, especially because you have your hair the way it is, and I have my hair the way it is, I just want to ask you, at what point did you decide to shave your hair? Because there's a story I discussed on our pod about hair, and I said hair is wasted on African men.
Why? Oh, they have such beautiful hair. Like
Why?
the lashes, like
God
a
is just there
giraffe,
telling
man.
Gabriel, ongeza nywele. Ongeza nywele.
So pretty.
Nani ndio zwing. African men only miss their hair when it starts going.
Yeah.
They are literally the real definition of you gonna miss me when I'm gone. Because a guy never combs his hair, but the moment it starts bouncing, he starts drawing it.
Yeah.
He starts spray painting the hair.
So lucky,
Right?
so lucky. The
It's crazy.
eyelashes, the eyebrows, beautiful. When did I cut my hair? I think I cut my hair when I was like in high school. I had perm on my hair for 10 years. Unwillingly, because I hate salons.
Yeah.
It's not a fun thing for me. It's, you know how some women like, it's like, oh, this is where I find peace. My peace is on my sofa, not having to have my hair like manipulated and pulled, because my hair is really hard, so it like breaks combs. I'm not into, like, leave it
So
alone.
just say fussy.
Wants to be, is it fussy?
Fussy.
That's fussy
Yeah,
hair.
fussy you can't force it.
What are the other, fussy you can't force?
You can't force it. You can't force it.
What are the other types? Like, is it A, B, C, D? Like, what is
To be honest, I don't know, but I foresee guys will tell us in the comments
in the
section.
comments? Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm not, the manipulation of hair is just, it does not bring me peace. I don't enjoy doing it. So I had perm for 10 years. I think maybe in Form 3 or Form 4, I cut my hair. Grew really fast, kind of. And then now I had to be doing pink lotion. That irritated me.
Oh my God.
You remember pink lotion?
Jesus
I was
Christ.
doing morning preps doing pink lotion
smelled
in my
it.
hair.
I can smell
You see the bottle?
Yo, that you've unlocked
A
a memory, bro.
Yeah, man.
Guys, do people still use pink lotion?
I don't know. I obviously don't know. I have no idea what people use now. But yeah.
Yo, did you
We've been
hear
taken
that,
back.
that all those chemicals we were putting on our head, bro? We
That's
could
what
be
I'm saying.
Cancer.
Why were you putting... Okay, we didn't know any better. Dark and Lovely
It
was the
smells
thing.
like cancer.
It did. When it was burning your hair... When it was burning your hair for
Well,
real...
just like you could smell
you
this
could
high
smell the
sulfur
cancer.
dioxide. Don't be
Honestly,
shit.
this is not good for you.
Yeah.
You know, it's different from like coconut oil. You're like, you know, but
Legit.
like, yeah.
Legit.
Yeah, so I cut my hair when I was 17. And then I think, what did I have in uni? Maybe braids or whatever. I also hate braids. I'm super tender-headed. Like when I braid my hair, I literally get physically ill for a week. Like I get a homa. So I stopped doing that.
See, you know what it is? You know when they're shuking you there in your personal space?
Yeah, your
So she's
knees on the
giving
thigh.
you
Like, so
a
like when they're
homa.
rolling it. You know what I mean?
You know, bro, you still going to salons where they do that shit?
The last time I went to salon, I was to braid my hair
Yeah.
like this.
Then she
I was
sokotas you
19. Yeah, I was 19, bro. In Kenyatta Market. Like, and you're trying to get away,
Bro.
making it pull more,
And the
which
time
is now making me sicker.
Brother,
You see,
there's no oxygen.
what do you guys do? I can't do it.
No,
I hate that
nowadays.
shit. I hate it.
But then, is there,
Can't
but let us know, is there a salon out there that's still positioning you inside her, gynecologist-ing you?
do it.
with her hair?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Into the doorway of human life.
Yeah. But you know,
but like-
a lot of us Africans, the reason why our hair, why we were struggling with chemicals and all these things,
Sorry.
was because, what was that?
I don't know. But it's not flying, so I think they're fine.
So, a lot of, the reason why we were, because like I remember watching, why I wanted my hair texturized was I was watching shows like Moesha,
Yeah.
you know, and then you're seeing the sleek hair.
No,
down.
but Moesha had bomb braids. She was actually a bastion of culture.
But her friends,
Yeah, her friends. K&M.
Oh, there was this other Parenthood.
Yeah.
Parenthood.
The gorgeous babe.
She had the
who
most
had the
beautiful silk pressed hair.
Yes, girl.
Queen Africa Harbour.
Hey, that babe was beautiful.
Bro, I went home. I told my mama, listen, you know what? I finished class 8. It's time.
Class
I am
8.
old enough because my mom was like, you're an SDA. She tried everything.
Oh, bless.
She tried everything.
SDA and I had perm.
Even I didn't have earrings.
I didn't have earrings till I was 23, 24.
SDA stuff, you know.
Yeah, you know what it is.
So now coming to the realization as but I remember very clearly when the natural journey started. I think it was about 6 years ago when there was a revolution.
Can I just ask you for being a little bit dramatic about this natural hair journey?
Tell me.
It's just natural hair. Like, I feel like sometimes, hey, I'm about to get cancelled. There's so many products involved in natural hair. It feels like the same amount of energy, effort, and care as perm hair, if not sometimes.
Can you just stop? Can you just stop? Can you stop?
I just need it to be like Vaseline.
That's a lie.
I'm
That's a
serious.
lie. Why are there so many videos of Caucasian parents with their mixed race kids saying, I'm now on the journey trying to comb my child's hair?
But that's just because
our hair is, listen, let me tell you something. If I could just wake up and just my hair, I could Patricia comb without doing anything, bro, I'd do it. Right?
I mean, I have to go shower.
You gotta texturize it so that, listen, you gotta texture. But then guys will tell you, oh, you know, the African, the natural journey is simple.
I don't think it's
Bantu
protective
I
styles.
can't do that.
I can't do it. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's more.
That's the work.
I feel like it's
and
more.
Then it's either that or I do dreads.
So what I did was when I cut my hair and I just didn't feel like dealing with it, I put on dreads and I used to go to the salon once a year, which is my preferred amount of time to go to the salon.
How was dreads?
I like dreads. It's just like, so now I cut my dreads again because there was a part that they were going thin, then they would go fat, and I was like, okay, let's start again. Hi, Bo. After I cut my dreads, I was like, okay, we're here now. So then now last year, September, I think I did bald, like fully bald.
Yeah? Like skin?
Like this.
Skin to skin?
Yeah.
Bruh.
I have a round head, my guy.
Bruh. I can see.
Bro, right? Like, I was like, because I've never, like, I've seen the shape, but I saw the shape. You know what I mean? Like, you can guess.
Like, had you come from a breakup?
No.
Stop lying.
Life is just hard.
Yeah,
but
something
I wasn't cutting
happened.
my hair because life was hard. I literally, I was curious about the shape of my head, and I sated that curiosity, and now I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why, and I know that a lot of Africans, I've spoken about men's hair journey, and even in the last episode I spoke about it. I feel like a lot of African men start thinking about their hair when they're losing it. I can't speak for other races, I don't know. But with women, the journey of hair has been filled with a lot of shame, right? A lot of, there's something wrong with your hair, so it's got to be fixed.
And there's something like, there's like a, you're only beautiful if you have.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
Which
like,
is, yeah.
You just wake up and go with your hair just woken up. Yeah. And someone will say, Kwani, you don't have money for
people
the
used
salon.
To tell me to that all the people used to tell me, should I buy you a comb? And now that made me dig my heels in because I'm a last one and I'm a Leo. I was just like, oh, you think this is untidy and unpresentable? I'm gonna do this so much more. In fact, like, I used to not comb my hair to the point like there were locks just free forming of their own volition, and I was like, okay, fine, let me do dreadlocks. But like Janet, no, because of this face, because people assume that what is on your head, and this is something that artists go through all the time. Yeah. People assume that something is on your head and it therefore directly translates to what is in your head. I mean, like, you get what I mean, right? No,
but it's also because the way you present yourself, because we're conditioned. If a guy just walks in here, his hair is...
But you can't discount people.
I know, but like...
For the presentation.
It's true. And on that note, there's a school that has decided to tackle this issue, and they've had the first Afro Day.
I love that.
Run the tape.
Like a beat.
So
That's cute. That's cute
Afro
as hell.
Day. I really like this
cute as hell.
concept because I think if we had a concept like this in school, it would make you comfortable with just having your hair natural.
Yeah.
But like if everybody already, like your aunties will be telling you like, "Hey, are you going to shuka your hair or something? Or are you going?"
And that's
you
my
need
problem.
to you need to struggle to put it in a hairband. Just it living naturally is not.
You know,
is
that's
not-
wild to me. You're telling me the thing that is growing out of my scalp, which I had nothing to do with the creation of, is bad looking and unprofessional. Like what? Because even when you comb your fro, even when it's a tidy fro, guys will still be like, you don't wanna texturize, you don't wanna.
But let me ask you a question. I mean, we're being real, right? Why isn't your hair long? Because you can have it long. Why wouldn't you have it natural and long? Because it's easier to
think-
manage at this height.
Yes,
right?
and as we've concluded, I like easy management. I don't.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why the African's journey with natural hair, you only have two options. You either dread it, you shave it, right? Or look like a crazy person.
You see, it's
Crazy.
that language.
Hear me out. Look like a crazy person because not like the facade of hair, right?
Yes.
My hair is, you see the one who look like the big box, the one that just look like it was just a box seated on her head. I have a mane. I have like probably 1 billion strands of
Is
hair.
your hair like long?
My hair is long and a lot. Like inside, it's a lot
See,
of hair.
before us, the next episode we see.
Right? Now, if I do that, the first thing is like, I look crazy. I even go to
don't
the
look
salon.
crazy.
I go to the salon and they're just like, where do we start?
Because they're making money off of how many things they can do to
Because
your hair.
even just blow drying it,
Why
you
must
can
it
see
be
the
blow
person literally
rolling up
their sleeve because
Good. They're gonna have a good day at work.
and my head is like, I'm already dreading, right? So if we don't put these products that sort of give it, like change the texture a bit.
And I'm okay with that. And moisturizing and
trouble.
all those things, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is, oh, you look crazy because you have natural hair. That's some crazy talk.
Okay, listen. You see that babe number, I think she was 4, right? Or 5, right? You imagine first lady, right? I know what I'm saying, guys.
I'm waiting for you to hear it.
I'm super progressive.
You sound like you're saying, I got black friends, y'all. I'm not racist.
Imagine the president is going somewhere, right? And they're receiving, I don't know, maybe G20 summit is happening in Kenya.
Bruh.
And then she shows up with that hair.
Bruh. And she should.
What do you think will
Do you see
happen?
what our first lady should? Oh, let me not
What do you
venture
think?
into.
What do you think will happen?
It doesn't matter what will happen because let me tell you something. In the same way that we've decided that specific things are professional in professional workplaces,
Yeah.
including cleavage and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
it's the same way we've decided that in some spaces now, natural hair all of a sudden is cool. All it takes is the perspective of someone to be like, oh, this is cool now. Oh, asses are in now. Oh, tits are in now. It changes too much for us to have a steady, fast rule on how first ladies should and should not look.
So I should
How come we
just-
only do that for African people? How come they're not some trifling, funny-looking ass white women who are wearing I don't know what from I don't know where? Why is it only the black women who our hair is the one that has to be bad in
That's a
Afro?
great question, and
I've
I have the
refused.
answer. The answer is exceptionally great propaganda.
Okay.
Right? That's what.
So you know it's propaganda.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sawa.
Sis.
Sawa.
I mean, up until I understood propaganda, I thought all white people are cute.
Oh, sweetie.
I know, cause all the people you're seeing are on TV.
Yeah.
You think, and then I started to understand that they're auditioned.
Yeah.
They cast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not only bad-looking ones are evil.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get
It's like
because
Love is Blind.
You see, like the bad guy in the Nini, he has
Yeah,
You're
Nani.
thinking,
If
if you see someone who's white and they're bad looking,
Then they're bad.
something they must have done
Something's
something.
wrong.
They must have. Are you a rapist?
It's true because he has that rape mustache.
He has a mole.
Oh,
He has-
no.
Anyway,
Oh,
propaganda.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very much
Finally.
propaganda.
Wait.
It's very much propaganda.
So here we have said we just like. No.
If you're
I'd love to see your thoughts. by
if
the way,
you're
on
okay
this
with
story.
working on your hair and manipulating it, by all means.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just one of those people who doesn't have the patience, and that's also okay.
Yeah.
And so my hair is probably going to look like this or some variation of this for the rest of my life because I just don't have the fucking patience. I don't have the fucking patience for any of it. Like the most things that have been on my face in my life is Vaseline. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I recently started using Vaseline again.
Recently.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah. I like, bro, I
Really
bought
is-
into the propaganda. I was buying at the Garnier, the
Yes.
Garnier.
But was it working? You know, it's different if it works for you.
Sis.
You're also speaking from a
I
position of
didn't
privilege of good skin.
stop because something happened, it ended, and I was like, let me just use this Vaseline as I go to the uni. And then it was working.
And then it was fine.
And then I forgot to buy it. Then I continued.
Yeah.
And then someone told me, wow, your skin is glowing.
There you go.
Bitch.
But you pick what works for you, because you like there's different skin. Wow, I'm about to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, and it's true, I don't. There's different skin types, right? Like some people have dry
Oily,
skin, T's, oil, whatever, and you have to use different things for different
Products,
things, and sometimes the things that are in reach, etc. However, me personally as myself, if I can continue with my unfortunate non-drinking Vaseline applying ways, that's what's going to happen. I used to use a Remis in high school, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, it worked.
Yeah.
If it ain't work, don't fix it.
Now that you've mentioned it, I truly believe that this story for hair, there's still a lot of room. But I think for millennials and maybe some Gen Zs and going up, you've already been indoctrinated, you've already been taught your hair is trash, you've already been taught to do your forehead, to cover it with, to do your fringe,
What are you talking about? When you can't be untaught?
And learning is difficult, right?
It's
so
true.
The farthest I can
go
go
that we've unlearned
is cornrowed. I can cornrow it, right? So I've learned, like, instead of Nini, I cornrow, right? So I don't have to, if I had to comb every day, I'd be a very nasty human.
Can I just say that, like, I know we say unlearning is hard, but like I feel like you just have to like trick your brain into deciding that it wants to unlearn, because it's not like people grew up knowing how to suck dick, but somehow in your 30s you're like, no, I'm just saying, like, you have a skill, you developed a skill, even though all your life for the first 20 years, I hope you went sucking dick. So now, if somehow you can learn and unlearn, I'm just saying, like, if there's a skill that we could let's
you can learn on.
Come on, you guys. Like, let's not block our own. You know what I mean?
It's true.
It's okay. You can learn.
On our final story, this is something that happened, and to be honest, I'm very curious to see what your thoughts are. A lady goes to the gym. Do you gym, by the way?
What?
I mean, guys assume I gym.
First of all, I don't buy into the exercise industrial complex. However, I do yoga a couple of times a week. But this thing where we have to be throwing up in the gym, where I know, CrossFit looks like you're training for a zombie apocalypse. Like, what are we training for? Like, specifically, is it to run into Tanzania? Like, what are we?
It's not TZ.
The
way they're working out, and the way TZ has closed its things.
I think movement is healthy, and you should move your body every day.
Yeah, it should.
I think there's, if you're uncomfortable with certain parts of your body, etc., do the thing. But like this relation, for example, of size or shape to fitness, I have a problem with that. This thing of waking up early in the morning, guys, I can't. Anyway, the point is I do yoga, and yoga is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be when I started 6 years ago.
Okay, so I've tried gym like maybe 15 years straight. So I've paid paid for the gym, and I literally went and talked to the guy. I said, please, you have to be tough on me, like, because I don't do well with authority. And he says, bet, right? And he came to wake me. So I went the first day, and then the second day he came to my door, and he was like, because the gym was next to my house, and he's like, yeah, come. And I say, excuse me, sir. I think we're misunderstanding the relationship of customer. And you're receiving my money. I decide how I want. He was like, but you I was like, listen. So I don't respond well to authority. Number two, gyms they just don't have vibe.
You're the
like,
problem.
I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So anyway, so gyms we're not gym people.
No.
So we can totally go in on this story.
Okay.
So this lady went to the gym, right? And then as she's there doing her thing, gym stuff, gym.
What do they do?
No. The one thing I know happens in the gym, and I've not been, quiffs. But have I lied?
No, even doing yoga. In
For
fact, I know it's working.
sure.
I know it's working if I'm nyambai.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
like, cause of yoga.
Yeah.
Like, but I think Pilates is worse.
And that's why I don't do Pilates.
Yeah. I think Pilates is worse.
Yeah.
Cause like yoga, there's a day I did yoga, and I even asked myself, am I sick? Anyway, if you don't know what a quiff is, this is a good time to just keep moving. So, this lady went to the gym. This story is so wild because I think I'm a very progressive mind, but I think in this episode we have realized that I have a long way to go. I'm working on it.
Different things. The way South
I'm
Africa has
working on
things
it.
that Kenya doesn't have. It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Like I don't like I'm here to learn. Like life is about learning. I'm learning every day. But when I saw this story, I asked, like, for the first time I stopped and I put myself in this situation and I said, I don't know how the fuck I deal with this. So she went to the gym and then she finished gymming, went to the changing room, and as she's getting dressed, changing, this guy walks in.
Into the women's changing room.
And by the way, politically, we have to describe what a guy is. So I need to understand, what do you think a guy is?
Is this that's what this story is about. It's not about gym.
What is a guy?
You really
You know what?
You clickbaited me. I thought this was about gym.
As you think about it,
Okay.
run the tape.
Men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know.
Who are you?
Did you tell me or not that women like to see
I'm
dick?
the guy asking you a fucking question.
Exactly,
How's that?
exactly. Get out of the way now. No, now he knows how to be a man, right? Now he knows how to be a man.
She's
dicey.
pissed. Tish is a musician, actually. She's a Grammy-nominated musician.
Okay.
I don't
That's
know her
dicey
name.
as hell.
But that's not the point of this story. That's the person who's in the bathroom. Now, I'm progressive. Like, I'm progressive.
It's okay, babes.
Right?
You don't have to.
Like, mina jua mimi akili imefunguka.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
But I don't know. I feel like if I can't go to a gynecologist because he has a dick,
Yeah.
right? How can I change next to a guy who has
Also a dick, maybe.
a dick, right?
So
What are
in
your
the
thoughts?
video, they're saying the person was claiming they're
Transgender,
trans.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, not everyone who's male looks male, and not everyone who's female looks female, and vice versa. And not everyone who's trans looks trans, whatever that looks like. You know what my danger is with this situation?
Have you seen the guy?
I've seen the guy.
What does he look like?
So this is my problem. It doesn't matter what he or she or they look like. My problem with this situation is once we start ascribing what people are according to what they present as, that's my problem. Hear me out. Let me land. You know, this is exactly what they did to Michelle Obama and Serena Williams, right? And Ciara. They claimed because they looked
When
like
did you
men.
leave the French president, his wife, out of this?
Oh,
story?
because that one was settled out of court.
But that's the same shit.
Cool story, but like me, I'm on the side of the black women. I don't talk about white women. The black women who are categorically and consistently accused of being men because they look like men. This happens to Kenyan runners all the time. Kenyan football players who
Semenya.
are Semenya, and that's also
There's
different
even a
because
Kenyan.
that's intersex.
There's even a Kenyan.
Yes,
There's even a Kenyan.
It's happened to many
Yeah.
Kenyans, but also Semenya is a different case because Semenya is intersex, which is different from trans,
Wait.
right?
Semenya is intersex.
Semenya is intersex.
I thought she was.
She's not trans. They're not trans. They're intersex. Oh. Yes, those are different things.
Those are different things.
Those are different
Yeah.
things. Because intersex, you're born biologically with one or both or more. Or
I thought she was completely female.
no.
No, she's completely.
She identifies as female, but she's intersex, like biologically, like between the legs.
Okay. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. But like. The danger for me is that once we say, oh, you look like a man and therefore you're a man, you look like a woman, I can't speak to this, right? Because that also opens like a dangerous platform. No, you have to prove that you're not. So now how do I prove? I have to show that stuff to you, which there's a court case I was in Kenya the other day about how it's illegal to make people like
Sure, yeah.
show their
Show
stuff
their
so that you know what I mean? Because they've
genitalia.
been doing that like horrific anal testing in the coastal regions to prove, right, that you're not,
Anal testing.
Yeah, it's
What
a
the
thing.
fuck is
It's a
anal
whole-
testing, bro?
What do you think anal testing
I
is?
literally, my mind has reached the end. Like I have actually reached the corner of my brain.
Yes, like it's invasive, like intrusive, you know, because they're trying to prove, oh, you're not gay or you're not. You can't make people show you their
Sorry,
body parts.
I'm so curious.
Okay.
What is an anal probe?
What is an anal probe?
Like, what are you going to look for and find in there?
I
Like,
don't know. And that's also part of the problem because there's nothing you're going to
What are you
find.
going to
There's not like a
find?
sign on the corner of the asshole
to
that's
check
like,
if you're gay.
This is a gay. Yeah, like, yeah. There's nothing inside your ass that's telling. You know what I mean? So it's like anyway. So there was a whole court case. Read about it. It's a Kenyan court case. This is not like from elsewhere. So I think it's very dangerous to. Do you need a moment?
I'm just trying to understand, like,
I need a second.
like maybe if there was like, they were checking, you know what I'm
For
saying?
the signpost. I don't know, babe.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, and that brings me to this, right? Ideally, as a woman, you should feel safe in your gym, right? And if you don't want to be around someone who has a dick, that should be your prerogative. But does that then mean you move to
I'm so curious, because by the way, and note, I'm using words like I'm curious because this is something that, like, I've put myself in this scenario, and yes, I'm understanding all the nuances that you're bringing to the conversation, but this particular case, they said this person is transgender, which
the
means
person said they're trans.
they've picked the choice of being
A woman.
So now, like Douglas, right? Okay, let me not use Douglas because I want to get to genitalia. John T, right? John T has been living with his member.
Yes.
And now he's like, I want to give my member retirement.
Yes.
Right? Permanently.
Which means which doesn't necessarily mean that you have to cut off your member.
Yes. So you still have, or you've decided to cut it,
have all-
whatever, but
you
like
have the bits that you were born with.
Yes.
Okay.
How am I supposed to contend the fact that you're no longer?
I guess it also depends. Okay, I know how this sounds, but I guess it also depends on what you feel is your definition of a woman. What is a woman?
Niko na vagina.
Okay, but not all women have vaginas, right?
No,
So
no.
Samanya is a woman, but Samanya has a vagina, possibly, and other genitalia. So are they a woman?
What, oh my God.
Do you see the problem?
Like, how have I now don't know how to communicate? Who is a woman?
No, that's my question. What is a woman to you?
A woman is here,
Yeah,
vagina.
but not all
And
women
titties.
have. No, but not all women have. The woman with the double mastectomy who ran.
No,
into
she
the-
removed them.
Yes, but
She removed them.
but by your definition, you haven't said, i.e., surgically enhanced or whatever.
That's
You
why
just said
people are
both
still
your
having
titties.
issues with her because they can see the invisible
True,
titties.
but she doesn't have titties.
But
According
they
to
can
your
see. Let me tell you, people
But
can see
according
the
to your
invisible
definition,
titties.
you said vagina and titties. She has a vagina.
Yeah.
She had titties, but she doesn't have them now. Does that make her half a woman because she only has a vagina?
Bro, I was going to say hips, but then there's a community, then the guys have hips. So
I know
it's
the
not.
community.
No. There's a bunch. There's a bunch.
Yeah,
there's a
I don't
bunch.
know who you're talking
so,
about.
So shit, man. So this brings this. Wow.
And it's not hips. Hips are.
Hips are not for everyone.
Yeah,
Well, but there are some East African communities
by
that
your,
have.
exactly. So yeah. So what is a woman? Is it that I
Damn,
can?
what
it that
is
I
a
can
woman?
give birth? Because a lot of women cannot
Can't
give
give
birth.
yeah.
What makes me? Is it like that? I have estrogen and testosterone, but
Because
like
men, we both have.
we both have estrogen
and
at
testosterone.
different levels,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
like some people. So now, if you're saying that a woman is based on her hormonal, what's it called, like profile?
Yeah.
If I inject testosterone into myself, am I now a man? Like what is a woman?
And you know, I found out that women, especially when you're going through perimenopause and menopause,
Yes.
you can have lower estrogen than men.
Did you know that sometimes during childbirth, menopause, you can lose your vagina, like your vagina drops, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
ceases to exist?
Yeah.
So am I not a woman? Not your vagina, your vulva, sorry.
Yeah, the vulva, yeah.
So I think just about that video, on this specific context, I think that woman had every right to be incensed. I
Yeah.
think it can be discomforting for many people to see a dick swinging in the women's changing room. And if you're not comfortable with it, it's okay to not be comfortable with it and you can leave,
Let me
right?
ask, if for somebody who's asking, and I know you're not the authority in this, but
Thank you.
Because I'm curious, why wouldn't you go to the bathroom where you guys have similar genitalia?
Because you don't feel safe around men. You know what? I also
Men
wanna
are the
point out-
problem!
Yes, and I completely agree. I've taken off my fair feminist hat and now I'm back to men are the problem. But now putting back on the feminist hat now, I think it's very telling that usually the only times that these cases happen is a man or a cis man presenting type person is usually always trying to be in women's spaces, and it's usually to do harm. You know what I mean? Like the way you were talking about, what did we talk about earlier where someone was pretending to be the Ice Age? Like it's usually, you'll never hear a woman going into a male space to try and do this, or you'll hear it a lot less. Every time I hear this kind of situation, it's usually a man trying to go into a woman's space and make the women uncomfortable. And a lot of the time, the problem is not trans people. The problem is people who are pretending to be trans so that they can take advantage of the situation. There's a spa that I go to. It's a nude spa. And it's not here. There's a spa I go to. and
No, because also in the nude spaces,
yes,
my mind is always looking at that random guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
but
it's a
women's only. It's a women's only
Good,
spa,
thank you.
and they were being sued because a trans person wanted to come to the women's only nude spa, right? And they still also had all their bits, and they were in the paper, and there was this whole legal brouhaha, and it's like, okay, so now do we do trans spas? Like, what is the solution here? And I actually don't have a solution.
Sure, what about the third space? Like, this is oh my God, we are now talking about bathrooms in Kenya, but I think it's so important.
But bathrooms in Kenya are unisex.
When I did, no.
As in the bathroom in your house, it's used by men and women.
No, in
and
my house, yeah,
between.
but like in public, we are talking about public.
Even in public, in the restaurant. Okay, no, restaurants usually, yeah.
Let me this conversation would not be a problem if the indoctrination did not happen since I was a kid, where they're telling you, do not take your bits to that
But it
one,
wasn't
take them
even
to that one.
necessarily indoctrination. It's because men are largely harmful to young girls and children who are going into the space. So you have to separate the sexes, because sex is what's between your legs, right? You have to separate the sexes because people are predators. Right? So you're trying to separate them to have a modicum of control, because of course women can also be predators, but you're trying to separate them to have a modicum of control and separate who are likely to be the predators on the young girls. That's why you separate them.
Look, I think the conversation of the third space might be, because I remember America was talking about having the third space for transgender, right? Because even in sports, right? We've had women complain about this, that if you have an extra advantage, transgender, say, competing in women's sports, how's that going to work?
So this is a very unfair conversation. And the reason I say it's an unfair conversation is because there's so many people who have biological, God-given, I was born with it advantages, and they're not eliminated from sporting spaces. I'm not saying transgender people should come. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, can we consider this in its entirety? Michael Phelps has weird lungs and flappy web-like feet that enable him to swim faster and further than anyone else. So should he be eliminated because he has a biological... So, for example, Samanya has a biological advantage. She hasn't injected anything. She hasn't
intersex.
That's intersex.
That's intersex. That's allowed.
Biological...
That's
no, it's not. Because Samanya has not competed in almost a decade.
I have a... That one... Let me make it categorical.
Okay.
The thing I'm talking about here is not intersex.
Okay.
Right? I'm talking about transgender.
Yeah.
Right? Intersex, we know that's a whole different conversation, and technically their fates are sort of tied to each other, because like I was watching this intersex person, I was about to say guy, lady, but like this is the combination of woman, like woo and man, right? You, when she's talking, you can see, but like very built like a guy. And you can see Kenyans are curious, and they are answering the questions. I think they're based in the coast, and I asked for them to come on board so that we can, because these are not things that you've grown up knowing. Yeah. You've never seen. It's not like I know somebody who's transgender, so I understand the complexities.
Yeah, of course.
Everything I'm experiencing is from my biases. Yeah. My protecting my space.
Yes, absolutely.
Do I want to be able to walk into a bathroom and find a guy there, and then I'll say, no, I'm not a guy. I have Jules, but I don't want that. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult for me to be able to protect how you get the challenges.
Yeah.
So it's important to have this conversation. So intersex is completely separate from transgender.
What you speak about is transgender.
Is a whole other... I don't want to talk about the nuances, because I was about to say it's a choice, but then someone will say it's not a choice.
So the easiest way to remember is sex is between your legs, gender is between your ears. That's the easiest way to remember it, which is why intersex and trans is a different conversation, because intersex, transgender. Does that make it easier? So intersex is sex. Yeah, because it's your biological
organs, and gender
chromosome.
is I identify as somebody else. So my question is, this person in their mind has decided they are a woman, right? But by all biology, they are male, right? What right do they have being in a woman's bathroom?
And that, now we're back to the definition of what is a woman. Is a woman what you decide? Is a woman your
No, but
experiences?
gender. So you say gender is in the
Yes,
mind.
and see-
this person has woken up and they've decided they're.
Oh, so you're
they're
saying
woman.
if the sex is male, then they should go into the bathroom for the male
We're
sex.
looking at the person. They are.
The
Douglas is in the bathroom there.
But the looking is also dangerous because you've also seen multiple videos like that where women who are women in all ways that people claim women are being chased out of women's bathrooms because they're black-built women and they look like men. And they're like, if we're going by how you look, because you're not going to do a genitalia
This
check as
is
soon as you get
difficult.
you need to get, because obviously I cannot speak for all trans people.
Yeah.
You need to get a trans person and an intersex person on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm curious. Like this I've been discussing this thing since Tuesday, I think, last week, and it's because I can't quite I'm not finding a place where I can say, okay, now I understand it. I'm understanding that I need a bit of education.
Yeah.
I'm willing to sit down and understand, because when this story for the bathroom, it always seems like a story that's in America, right?
Yeah.
But then I put myself in a situation where I said, let's imagine I've traveled to California, I'm there for a month or two, and I've said, I'm going to the gym, and I'm faced with this scenario. How would I handle it?
Is it because
I feel like I would run out of there screaming my head off. There's a dick in the...
But what is dangerous? Like, not what is dangerous, but like, is it that you don't want to see a dick as you're changing, or you feel like they're going to attack you? Like, what is the thing?
The same reason why this person who has a dick has chosen to bring it to the vagina room, right?
Vagina room.
The same reason why they feel that they want to be in this bathroom is the reason why I'm scared for them to be in this bathroom.
Yeah.
They could have gone to the male bathroom, but they're scared, right?
Yeah.
And because they present like a man,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I understand that.
Exactly. But then it got me very curious. I was asking myself, with all these guys who are dressed up as babes, right, in Nairobi, right? Now I know a few of them, actually. I've never thought about where they go to the bathroom. When we're out in the club, where do they go to the bathroom? Because there's no way you'd be going to a Kenyan man bathroom. I've never seen where they go.
Maybe you should ask.
Yeah, I'm curious. All right. Abigail,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much for coming through. This has been
You're
a very...
welcome.
We need to have another conversation about death in
I'm
another
ready.
session.
Do you plan your funeral sometimes?
Hey.
Is that a thing you do?
Hey.
There's some people I don't want at my funeral, I'm just saying. So those are very comfortable with death. It's a bash.
No, we saw that. We saw that. We saw. You know those funeral is still happening.
Yeah, I've seen they booked like the viewings, like the visitation. It's booked up for like 2 months or something.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Yo, it's been real.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Boxpod. What?
What?